It's Wafa-wafa. MTN8 takes center stage this weekend. 4 great clashes. Banele, Pikwa, are you pumped up for action, mate?
Yeah, I'm definitely pumped up for action. I actually expected Kaizer Chiefs to steal this MTN8 like how they always do, like they'll win the MTN8. So I thought maybe if we had a chance to win a trophy this season, it would be the MTN8. But I'm not confident anymore, especially after the Bidvest game on Tuesday. So I'm a bit worried about that.
I'm also super excited. First match of the tournament, Mamelodi Sundowns host Lamontville Golden Arrows. How do you see the one panning out?
That's a very good game. Mamelodi Sundowns have had troubles when they face KZN teams, especially Golden Arrows. If you remember very well, when Mangoba was at Golden Arrows, he used to smash Sundowns 4-1 and all of that. So he knows what it takes to face this Golden Arrows team. So Sundowns are at like 8 to 20. 11 to 20 in the betting market, which for me is a bit short, especially against the team that has given them troubles in the past. So I wouldn't back that, but I wouldn't back against Sundowns. Maybe you can take a draw there, try hope for extra time or something. And what would you take? Would you take the 11 to 20?
I'm taking the 11 to 20. I don't think it's short at all, hey? And if you look at the signings that Sundowns have made, the likes of Lebahang Maboy, they are playing like a well-oiled machine, and I see them competing on all fronts, going for everything that's on offer. And I think they'd like to start the season on a high by winning the MTN8. So yeah, I'm definitely backing Mamelodi Sundowns there. Kaizer Chiefs play against Free State Stars. How do you see that one?
Well, if you look at the results on Tuesday, Chiefs lost 3-1. But if you look at the performance, the results don't give a true reflection of the performance. I think Chiefs played very well in the first half, but they don't have like the speed, they lacked pace. And the players played on Saturday, and then 3 days later they play on Tuesday with the same 11. Those players are old. I think they didn't keep up. So the second half, they just faded away. If maybe you can change it a bit and put players like Kabelo Matlasela and start them with Njangas and have a bit of speed, maybe with Umalungwane as a fullback and have a bit of speed, maybe we'll have a great chance against Free State Stars, whom we always beat in FNB.
But speaking about beating them, you need to remember that the last 2 cup meetings between the two trophies were won by Free State Stars. You remember, Free State knocked Kaizer Chiefs out of the 2016 Telkom knockout, and last season's Nedbank Cup, which they went on to actually lift. Do you see Kaizer Chiefs breaking that hoodoo? Remember that they now have Giovanni Solinas, who is a former Free State Stars coach. So do you see him breaking that hoodoo for Chiefs against his former team?
Yeah, he'll definitely break that hoodoo. I mean, we always beat them in the FNB Stadium. They've only beaten us at the Moses Mabhida, and both those games you're referring to, they were at the Moses Mabhida. And interestingly, in 2016, Giovanni Solinas was the coach of Free State Stars, so he'll want to beat his former team now.
All right, I'm backing Free State Stars. That's where my money is. I'm expecting their mid-cup competition dominance over Kaizer Chiefs to continue. Orlando Pirates and SuperSport United. Speaking of hoodoo, Pirates face their hoodoo team, SuperSport United.
That's a proper hoodoo.
9 matches unbeaten against Pirates in recent times.
Yeah, but if you look at the SuperSport team, it's a team that survived relegation last season, and they didn't make any big signings, and they still stick to Kaitano Tembo. I don't really trust him, and they didn't play really well against the Cape Town City. When you look at Pirates, the only thing that let them down on the weekend was that goalkeeping error, but they'll bounce back here. I think Pirates will win at 8 to 10. At 8 to 10, I'll definitely take Orlando Pirates to win at the Orlando Stadium.
I agree with everything you've just said. Orlando Pirates win this one convincingly. And on Sunday, great tantalizing clash at Heracles Stadium. Mamelodi United host Cape Town City.
Yeah, I watched that game closely on Sunday when they played Golden Arrows. I think Mamelodi United need a new striker there. Without Felicia, and after they lost to Rosiki, they really lacked up front. I don't think that new Mukete is he worthy of starting a game and beating a team like Cape Town City. So they need a new striker. I hope Felicia will be back, but if he's not back, then I'm definitely taking Cape Town City at 2-1. That's value for me. Would you take
I find
that?
it very hard to actually separate these two sides, so I'll just back a share of the spoils there. Okay. And speaking of games and the start of the season, the Premier League season is going to start with a bang. Arsenal and Manchester City.
That's a very tough one. I can't wait for the Premier League this season. I actually expected Arsenal to win that game because the Man City had a lot of players in the World Cup and Arsenal didn't have a lot of players in the World Cup. So since they had a very good preseason, I thought Arsenal would win. But after seeing how easy Man City beat Chelsea on Sunday in the Community Shield, my mind changed. So now I'll be hoping for maybe a 2-1 win for Man City, a close game though. Though I wouldn't I wouldn't advise anyone to back against Arsenal now in the early stages. Would you back against Arsenal?
I'm backing Manchester City. Everything you've just said. Arsenal had a great preseason, but Manchester City, the Community Shield, they easily smashed Chelsea 2-0. So I'm expecting them to continue where they left off last season. We both tipped them to win the league, actually. Eh?
Yeah, I think they'll win the league.
Yeah, okay. Those are our thoughts and analysis. Let us know what you think. Leave your comments below and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. For more soccer betting tips and previews, get yourself a copy of Soccer Betting News for only 10 Rand at your nearest Hollywood Bets branch.